Good morning. Good morning. How do I know if my headphones are working? Okay, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So I'm in LA, and I'm like realizing Pacific time I'm behind everybody. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Woke up to lots of messages. People, it's Monday. If something's not working in your tech stack, ignore it and just move on and be productive with your life because you can't control if YouTube's not working today. It's working. If analytics are down, guess what? Technology is never perfect. And this is why in IamYouTubeFamous.com, we teach you, mentally preparing you how to build an audience and to utilize the tools that you have access to and just upload your videos, upload your shorts, go live. Go live. Don't let people, um, trolls, weather, seasonal depression, don't let any of life's environmental variables stop you from producing your content. I know a lot of you are analytical nerds, and you have to be in YouTube every second of the day to see what your views are like, and when your watch time, and your all your analytics. I know you're obsessed with them. If it's not working today, just go do something else. Just go do something else. Just go do something else. Because I am not in a just because I run a YouTube consulting agency called IamYouTubeFamous.com. I am not a YouTube employee. I'm not a YouTube employee. I'm just putting that out there. I am not a YouTube employee. I have access to to people at YouTube, and they are going to give you the same advice. Just wait. There is a lot of engineering. There's a lot of software behind the scenes at YouTube, like any social media platform. If Facebook ain't working for you today, I'm going to tell you just to stop looking at Facebook. If TikTok ain't working today, just stop looking at TikTok. You have more important things to do in your day to conserve your energy, and spending time trying to figure out why something's not working, hold off for 24 to 48 hours. Just stop it and move on. And that's the pro tip from Coach Mike at YouTube University today. Because I've got several messages. My wife has alerted me, and I've got a bunch of people in my Facebook DM saying, like, all the analytics are gone. All the analytics are gone. Okay, guess what? There's been a lot of data centers down in the Middle East. And guess what? I'm waiting for the ripple effect. The ripple effect. So data center down, data center down, data center down, data center down. Guess what? The rule in technology, number one rule is trust no one, except I want you to trust me. Number, don't trust your backups, because backups, you'll get this false sense of security with backups, right? So this is why all of my customers, I tell them to have 3 backups. 3 backups. Might sound crazy. Why do I tell people to have 3 backups? This goes for the same for the cloud companies like Amazon and Microsoft and Google and YouTube and everybody else, because I know what they're doing. And I want you to have 3 backups. And I want one of those backups, one of those 3 backups to be stored off-site, not connected to the internet. That may be a challenge for YouTube to do. just because they have so much volume of data. But this is what's happening. So you've seen all the war. Okay, we got two factors, if not three. Um, a lot of the big software companies, just like you at home, you're messing with AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, whatever. So you're messing with AI tools. That's exactly what they're doing at the corporate level. So we've got this instance, we're in this time where um, a lot of new cool features are coming out that are only possible because we have AI. Because AI can write code faster than humans and can implement code faster than humans. However, us humans are still the guinea pigs. I went to the coffee bar this morning. My wife's like, bring me some tea bags. This is Class E Motel 6. I was hoping it'd be classier, but not classy at all. But whatever. I'm flying out tonight, so I just needed to sleep and have a shower. So anyway, so we got this over reliance, and I may not be awake because I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. because it took me Lyft took forever. And then I had a really good conversation with my Lyft driver, and I got his number because he's telling me of all these great things he's doing. And then I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Wait a minute. I think you're spending too much time doing Lyft and not enough time focusing on your YouTube and this other stuff. But I get it. People get distracted, multiple sources of income, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So whatever. I'm gonna see if I can go look at his studio this afternoon. So anyway, we have two issues happening with YouTube right now. Three issues. There's a lawsuit. There's a bunch of issues really. I just want to do a quick rundown just for you guys. I'm telling you, go back to work. Go back to work. If YouTube is throwing you an issue, then do your normal thing. Upload your video content. YouTube wants you to do lives. I'm doing a live right now to two different channels in both vertical and horizontal because YouTube wants you to keep working. Wants you to keep putting stuff on their platform so they can keep content on YouTube and they can keep pushing high authority backlinks from YouTube to Google for you so your business ranks on Google without spending a dime on ad dollars. This is what we coach at IamYouTubeFamous.com. That's part of the fundamentals of my visibility engine. I want you to sign up for the webinar April 1st and 2nd at IamYouTubeFamous.com because I've unpacked a lot of data for you and I've built this visibility engine for my business, for my wife's business, and I want you to test it. I want you to install it in your business so you understand why being present on one channel doesn't work anymore. And you might be monetized on one channel. Like if you're doing Facebook or TikTok and you're getting and you're getting money over there, you're already putting that effort in. So why don't we use that same amount of energy and put it everywhere? So I guarantee you um, repurpose your stuff from Instagram, your shorts over on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook that are getting a ton of views and making you money. You get that stuff over on YouTube. YouTube's going to do something even better for you, and it's going to help you rank your business on Google. It's part of my visibility engine. Anyway, so there's a lot of things going on at YouTube. There's a lot of things going on in the world. So something's not working for you on a Monday, stop working on it. Move on to task number 2. Move on to task number 3. Have you sent out your email list? Have you done this? Have you reached out to your customers? Like, do all the other stuff in your business that grows your authority and keeps cash flow coming in. When YouTube decides to fix their code on their back ends, then go back to YouTube and look at the analytics and whatever you do with your normal YouTube process. So there's a ton of stuff going on, and I gotta go get ready because it's 8:06, and I want to leave here by like 8:50. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I just want to give you a couple examples of what's going on in the back end of the world and YouTube, and why to not get distracted by the noise. This is what we're going to teach you in our webinar and April 1st and 2nd. I am YouTubeFamous.com. There's a lot of stuff going on. So AI code has taken over. Does not mean it's great, does not mean it's bad. Means YouTube's testing it a lot on the back end. The challenge is things break. Doesn't matter if a human writes bad code or if AI writes bad code, things break. And then they have to revert from backups. And this is why you're supposed to have a ton of backups. But the cloud providers have also been having a ton of issues in the last couple of weeks because data centers in the Middle East, there wasn't just one loss. There's dozens of data centers hit. And in the IT world, 3 backups. Have your data stored in 3 places. But what happens if your data being stored in 3 places or 2 places are in the same region? Everybody uses AWS, Amazon Web Services, AWS. I'm not an AWS nerd. I don't know the lingo because I end up providing end user tech support to business owners, which includes helping them with their YouTube. So I'm aware of AWS. I'm aware of the infrastructure. I'm aware that Amazon has tons of data centers in the Middle East. So what's happening right now, like I've seen weird stuff all over. This is why Apple built their data center in the US, because they don't want to have an over reliance with AWS and Microsoft data centers over in the Middle East. And I might be incorrect about some of where YouTube's storing their stuff, but all I know is we've seen it affected recently with ChatGPT, Claude, a lot of the AI interfaces where they've been super slow and not responsive. And I'm assuming all those AI engines, all the data centers are AWS, and they're all in the Middle East. So what happens is when the data centers hit, the data starts moving over to another place. They're restoring from their backups or synchronizing their stuff, and then another. So it's like we're in this like waiting game of what code was. Well, we're waiting for worldwide stability to happen before a lot of these online services go back to being stable. I don't know what to tell you. Be patient, keep calm, and carry the F on. Just ignore what's going on and do your business, make your video content. If monetization issues are down, if YouTube analytics don't show up, if YouTube stores don't show up, it's temporary. And this is why you should have your stuff in multiple places, 2 places. Have your stuff in 2 places. Right? It's like me explaining to you, if I get banned off Facebook, this is why I want people's phone numbers and email addresses so I can still communicate with them and let them know I'm on other platforms. And that's why right now I'm live streaming to YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and whatever. I'm going to a bunch of different platforms right now. So we got the issue of we got worldwide issues happening right now, and that's what is AI. Data centers are being hit, going down. There's another couple things I was going to bring up, but I've completely spaced on them. So there's just issues going on in the world, and that may slow down instant gratification. So this is why it's super important to go. I'm going to bring in the YouTube angle again. This is why it's super important to go live on YouTube, because I was having this conversation with this Lyft driver last night who's got a studio here in Culver City. So I had said, hey, my meeting's over at 3 at Spruce Goose, and my flight's not till 9. So if you want to do a collaboration and chat business, I'm looking for videographers all over the place because as we build up our YouTube students, I need to recommend professional spaces where our YouTube students can go and get some content filmed. And if we do an in-person, I'm always thinking, if we do an in-person YouTube university here in LA, I need a studio space to do that at. So we'll see if this guy responds to me. Anyway, he was talking last night, and I said, "Hey, I'm gonna give you some advice because I know you're an actor. I know you're a stand-up comedian. I know you're a podcast producer. I know you're doing a million things in your business. However, right now you're only focused on TikTok. And guess what? You can actually go live on TikTok using broadcast. Like, be your own broadcast studio. Like I'm doing right now. Be your own broadcast studio. So you can literally go sit, pick a time. I'm like, here's the good stuff. Think back to broadcast radio, broadcast TV. Just imagine broadcast radio, broadcast TV. The shows that you grew up with were always on, same time, of the same day, of the same week. There may have been multiples, syndication. There may have been, however, everybody gets started. Every on air personality, on TV personality, get started by being consistent and going live on air, the same time of the same day during the week. So do that. You're a stand-up comedian. You're an actor. We know that Hollywood ain't looking for new talent right now. They're just going to rehash the um, same exact actors and not actors because they're reliable and consistent, and they've got agents, right? So you in this 2026, you got to be your own producer, agent, and on-screen personality. So this is what we're teaching in IamYouTubeFamous.com. If you're showing up on the Saturday call, the free Saturday calls, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The structured course starts April 6th. So the webinar is introducing the webinar. Go to IamYouTubeFamous.com, register for the free webinar. That way, you get alerted, you get on the new email list for the visibility engine. And I'm going to walk you through all the ways to build your online visibility. So what you can do, I know a lot of people like going live from these things, but these things have a real challenge with streaming to multiple audiences at the same time. And then you have to wear lapel mics and headphones. Yes, I'm wearing headphones right now, but video quality is gonna suffer. I don't even know what my internet quality is right now because the hotel Wi-Fi sucks and I'm tethering off this. So hopefully it's decent. Um, but normally what you'll see is when people are using mobile devices like this, you're looking right up their nose. You got like the worst camera angle ever. It's like this, right? And they're looking down and you just see this unflattering upward angle of their face. So it's better to have when you're using these things, it's better to have a tripod like this and pick your good side. Remember, Zoolander, find the good side of your face. The blue steel. That's the profile picture I have on my Facebook. And people tell me that picture's so woke, and I'm like, hey, at least I have fun with my Facebook, and I can deal with troll comments. And no matter how much you like or don't like the fact that I travel the world building my business, that hate's on you, buddy. That hate's on you. But anyway, let's go back to it. The advice I gave to the Lyft driver last night because he's telling me, hey, I'm a comedian, I'm an actor, I do all this stuff. And I'm like, you're doing all this stuff, but you're driving Lyft. So all the other hustles aren't paying enough. And he's like, no, no, no. I do Lyft for to get my stand-up comedian jokes. And I was like, okay, but I'm like, you haven't even thrown any jokes at me. He's like, well, he's like, well, you were talking about YouTube, and he's like, I'm pissed off with YouTube, so I went to TikTok, and I was like, but why aren't you doing all platforms at the same time? You could literally use Restream. What I'm using right now is Restream broadcast software, or you can use OBS, or you can use StreamYard. There's like 2 dozen softwares that will run on a computer, and you can literally live stream to all platforms at the same time. Same time, same energy, build multiple audiences. So then he's like, hey, okay, well, how much editing are you doing? And I was like, why are we editing anything? The only editing you're gonna do is if you want front and back bumpers, lower thirds, like if you want fancy stuff on your screen, then set that up ahead of time. And he said, well, editing, editing, editing. I'm like, okay. The only time, unless you're selling, unless you unless you're providing these streams as, of course, you go into YouTube backend at the end of the day and add your thumbnail and add your title and your descriptions and all that stuff. Um, the only editing you're going to be doing is literally going live like this, and then going into YouTube Studio and making shorts. And that's what we show you how to do at IamYouTubeFamous.com in this structured course that starts April 6th. So we're not going to show you how to do that stuff in the free because it's training. The free class is Ask Me Anything style, where you come in, discuss concepts with us, and I'm going to give you my best answer because we're certified YouTube in the YouTube Partner Program. I'm going to the YouTube office today. You only get access like this if you're actually in the YouTube Partner Program. So um, so this guy's like, so my dude, you're literally shooting video, editing it, and then going on TikTok. Isn't TikTok supposed to be a live platform? So it was just like, opening his mind to the fact that I know he's in LA and everybody's gonna have their own opinions of social media platform. Every human has a love-hate relationship with all social media platforms. I understand they take your time and energy, but when you have a business or a nonprofit or a church or anything where you want authority and visibility, people like what people already like you, go live, because then they know it's not. My only issue with heavy edited stuff is that it's like you're trying to hide your bloopers, hide your face. My wife's been watching the China Observer, and they've been showing all the like social media fails on the China Observer with like face filters. So this is why we go live, and this is my face. I'm not using a face filter. Uh, this is why we go live, because I'm just telling you the ins and I'm like literally telling you the ins and outs of how I've built my YouTube visibility engine. We've been on YouTube for years, so it's not like I just woke up and I'm like, hey, I'm awesome at YouTube. It's years, and the challenges. This is why we built IamYouTubeFamous.com, because we know it took us years. And there's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet about going viral and subscribers and upload frequency and views. Like, there's a lot of people out there talking about views, views, views. I'm like, if you're talking about views, um, if you're focused on views, then you're in the complete wrong mind space. Because a view is really what somebody's looked at your stuff for 1 to 3 seconds. Does not mean they've turned into a subscriber. Does not mean they've not given, like, we're not, when you as you focus on building your audience, especially building out YouTube properly, so your YouTube page looks pretty, and we're gaming YouTube to the point where we're putting our call to actions in and designing our client journey. Like when you have new customers interact with you, I'm assuming you have a particular way where you're like, hey, try this, try this, try this, and you move them from free or low cost item to the next. Like, how do you move somebody from taking a sample of whatever you're doing? So if you're like a food vendor, you provide samples in order to get them to buy a product, right? So how do you move them from taking the sample to buy, the sample of the mac and cheese to buying the $10 mac and cheese? Like, what psychology? Well, that sample of mac and cheese better be good, or they're not going to be spending $10 on mac and cheese. Same thing goes with your YouTube channel. Your content needs to be there and needs to be frequent. And the more instructions you can put on there saying, hey, playlist 1, start here, playlist 2, start here, playlist 3, like, or whatever. Like, we come up with ways in IamYouTubeFamous.com for you to master your online presence using your YouTube to convert more people from your low end stuff to your high end stuff and take them up that ascension ladder. Low ticket, medium ticket, upper mid, like whatever. Businesses like me have like 100 different services we can offer because I do IT support. So it's like, what can I fix in IT? I can fix a lot. And that is exactly what my Don't Get Hacked channel is about. I got a lot of do-it-yourself stuff. And anyway, I got sidetracked there because I get so passionate talking about YouTube. And it's 8:23, which means I gotta wrap this up. So, reminder. We've built IamYouTubeFamous.com to help all the content creators out there that are struggling. You don't think you're struggling, but I know internally that you're struggling because I look at your channels and just give everybody tips and tricks on how to improve. I'm your new customer. And when I see your YouTube, I instantly know what I would visually fix. It's like me being an IT person. I come in and I say, hey, your computer's slow. Your email but links don't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. It'll come up with a list of things that I see from a new client's perspective and possibly a new employee's perspective on what's not working in your business, and say, hey, we should address this stuff, because the reason you may have frustrations with not getting not getting not attracting the ideal client and not being able to convert clients is because of all these little things that are broken in the business. So let's get you live streaming so we can build your audience out and build up that authority, right? So you're showing up for yourself and you're showing up for your audience. Same time, same day. And we'll show you how to build this out. We'll show you how to go into the YouTube tools and make shorts, because the shorts are the commercials for your shorts are literally should be I know my buddy Mr. Gibson corrected him. Well, he didn't really correct me on this, but he was sort of right, and I'm sort of right on this. But the shorts are the commercials for your brand. So shorts, if you have any longs or lives, you should have multiple shorts from that stuff, because the shorts are the commercials for your longer videos, but as well as your thought pieces for your brand. And I see a lot of people just do shorts, and then their longs on their page don't um, they don't translate very well, right? So it doesn't matter. We will train you how to make your YouTube awesome at IamYouTubeFamous.com. We have the 2 month. So go to the website, sign up for the free webinar. And what I want you to do is decide, go look at your YouTube, go look at your social media. Just go look at everything to see how consistent you are, because I'm assuming that it's not really consistent. that there's just bits and pieces all over the place. And what we want to do is spend the time to make the content. Spend the time to make the content. Make sure it's on YouTube first, and then repurpose it to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, blah 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 blah. So build it, put it in one place, and repurpose it everywhere else from that. So everywhere gets instant discoverability. All the algorithms work different. Facebook's different, Instagram's different, TikTok's different. So let's just focus on making the content, putting it everywhere, and then 3 months we can measure the result. In 6 months, we're just going to go through and measure the result, and then make tweaks based on the new audience that's coming in, if we're getting any feedback. Your work-life schedule is going to change a lot, so that's why it'd be great to just, pick one time a day per week, per month, or 2 hours or whatever to get the content filmed. We're really coming up with at IamYouTubeFamous.com, we're becoming your production assistants, your production manager. So we're going to give you a production checklist, all the things you need to have in order to fit your life and build a broadcast studio. You can do it from a laptop. And just all my training that I've received. So my podcast production training, my actor training, the YouTube training there's all this training I've gathered in the last 6 years doing this, and it's all in this in our visibility engine we built over at IamYouTubeFamous.com. I don't have a lot of details over there yet because we've been building a lot of the back end, so handouts and step-by-step instructions and stuff like that. And we're still building. It's never going to be. It's going to be a never-ending process because we're applying our knowledge to our multiple YouTube channels every single week, and then I'm reviewing channels to see what people do. And I had somebody reach out last week about me helping them with their email deliverability, and of course I had to look at their YouTube, and I'm like, what are you doing with the YouTube? So when I see businesses, doesn't matter if your business is one person or 100 people, we're going to consider that small. When I'm looking at a business and I'm like, hey, you're missing Google My Business, you're missing YouTube, you're missing this component, this component, and this component. Let somebody come in as a production, not a social media manager, because social media managers, I'm no VA. I'm a professional production manager. I'm not going to be scheduling your Facebook posts. What we're going to do is helping you schedule in your video content production and making sure it gets everywhere while we build your electronic press kit. Your electronic press kit is what your YouTube's going to be. And my goal is to get your YouTube landing you more customers than your website is landing, because guess what? I go to so many websites every single day when I'm doing reviews of people's stuff, and I'm like, hey, you've got poor email deliverability, your YouTube sucks, and your website, I'm trying to give you the finger, and your website contact us form doesn't even work. Like, you've got cracks on the outside of your business, which is directly telling me you've got cracks and misorganization and disorganization on the inside of your business. Anyway, go to IamYouTubeFamous.com, sign up for the webinar. It's 8:30. I gotta roll. Thank you for watching, and I will I go charge my phone. Shoot. I go charge my phone before I leave. All right. I'll send you updates from Spruce Goose, the Google headquarters, where YouTube is. Remember, YouTube is Google. So you master YouTube.